What began as a beautiful concrescence of awesome power, dominant pitching, and the sound of thunder, has quickly become a nightmare of injuries and underperformance. With Tommy Kahnle out for the season, and Zach Britton out for much of the remainder of the season, the bullpen is in tatters. With James Paxton fighting injury and J-Happ fighting underperformance, the rotation has been hit or miss, but much more hit than miss. With the Yankees shortstop, right fielder, backup catcher, 2 starting pitchers, multiple relief pitchers, and designated hitter all on the injured list, the Yankees' 2020 season is in peril. Here are 5 players the Yankees could consider as possible trade deadline acquisitions as they make a push for another division title. Number 5. Lynn. The last time we saw Lynn in a Yankees uniform, he was getting beaten into a pulp by the 2018 Red Sox in the ALDS. In the years since, he has improved his spin rate, improved his velocity, and become a dominant pitcher for the Texas Rangers. He is currently undefeated in 6 starts, and has an earned run average of 1.37. He's 33 years old, he's a workhorse, and he's pitched in New York before, making 11 appearances and posting a 4.14 ERA in 2018. What would it cost? It's hard to say, but Texas could use a first baseman, so maybe the conversation could begin with Mike Ford, and end with someone like Ben Heller. If that's the case, the Yankees might just pull the trigger. Number 4. Dellin Betances. When you have a job opening, as the Yankees now do in their bullpen, it's always nice to bring in someone who has worked in that position before. It's no different in baseball. Dellin Betances was once a beloved Yankee relief pitcher, and in the season of Corona, he could be once again. Betances is currently sporting a 6.00 ERA with the Mets, but the Mets aren't winning jack shit, and Dellin is going to be a free agent in a month. Betances' bad numbers are mostly due to 2 bad outings, all of the rest of his outings have been scoreless. He's done it in New York, he's a fan favorite, and his prorated salary for a month is pocket change to the Yankees. What would it cost for Dellin Betances? I bet you could get him for practically nothing, knowing that the Yankees could just sign him when the season is over. The Mets know that this is essentially a rental and won't be too demanding. Number 3. Darren ODay. Now, the Braves are pretty good, so I don't know if they would unload one of their better relief pitchers in a pennant race, but for the right price they may be willing to part with the veteran submarine pitcher Darren ODay. ODay has been dominant this year, and he's consistently healthy, reliable, and he gives a different look in a bullpen that is mostly just guys throwing mid-90s gas. He would cost a bit more in prospects because the Braves have a shot at winning this year, but maybe someone like Estevan Florial, who recently hit a 470-foot home run at the alternate site, could be a viable trade chip. Either way, the Yankees need bullpen help, and if they deal from an area of strength and find the right matchup with the Braves, this deal could get done. Number 2. Trevor Bauer. Trevor has had an up and down career, but this year has been very, very up. He fits in with the Yankees' cutthroat, win-at-all-cost style, and even though he has had beef with Gerrit Cole in the past, meaning there could be a risk to team chemistry, that hasn't stopped the Yankees before. Trevor is a legitimate second ace, and in a year where the road to the World Series probably goes through Los Angeles and a very tough Tampa Bay Rays team, a second ace might not be a bad card to have up your sleeve. What would it cost the Yankees? Well, a trade like this will hurt both sides a little bit, but the Yankees do have a history of trading with the Reds. Our guess is that Clark Schmidt or Davy Garcia would have to be the centerpiece of any trade package going to Cincinnati. And number 1, Francisco Lindor. With Gleyber Torres out for most of the remainder of the season with both a pulled hamstring and a pulled quad muscle on the same leg, the Yankees are in serious trouble at shortstop. The good news is that there is an all-star and potential Hall of Famer that's going to be a free agent in a month, and the word around the campfire is that he is very much available for trade. The bad news is that to get him, the conversation probably starts, and most likely ends with a hang-up, with the name Jason Dominguez. The Yankees are in between a rock and a hard place with Torres being out of the lineup. It wouldn't be such a big deal if Miguel Andujar was hitting, but the Yankees badly need some more thump in their lineup. However, Andujar looks as if he may be damaged beyond repair, and no disrespect to Thairo Estrada or Tyler Wade, but they are not Gleyber Torres. The Indians are going to want the Yankees' best prospect for a player of Lindor's caliber, and that's Dominguez, but we think it's very unlikely that the Yankees would be willing to trade their extraterrestrial, homer-mashing teenage baseball prodigy. Honorable mention: Marco Gonzalez from Seattle. The Mariners are terrible, and Marco is a dominant lefty who will be past his prime by the time the Mariners are ready to contend. Honorable mention: Austin Romine. He's finally getting his chance in Detroit, but would he be willing to reclaim the Yankees' backup job while Higashioka is on the IL for possibly the rest of the season with an oblique injury? Not to mention that Gary Sanchez has underperformed and Eric Kratz is so old he owes Jesus Christ $15. Honorable mention: Josh Hader. The Yankees reportedly rejected Hader for Andujar this winter. If that's the case, it's not looking too good right about now. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, weekly podcasts, and daily pre- and post-game coverage of your New York Yankees. I'm Arthur Ghost, thanks for watching.